Hello everyone and welcome to Friday Favorites. It's a time where I share all of the things that I am loving for the week. Sometimes I talk about the previous week. Since it's every other week, you will find me sharing some of my favorite things that I am enjoying or that I recommend or that I've tried before and can't live without. So let's get started with Friday Favorites. Hi, Donna. Thanks for coming on for Friday Favorites again.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so glad you're with me again to share some of your favorites.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Has it been a good week for you?
Yeah, it has. It has been a good week. I have been kind of preparing for a little overnight trip to go share the Oscars together with a cousin of mine. So that is always fun because you have something to look forward to at the end.
Yep. Awesome. Okay, let's jump in and talk about our favorites. I'm going to start with one and then you do another one. So one of my favorite things that I've been loving this week, and it's probably because my husband and I are doing a 10-day no sugar fast.
Ooh,
and it's been really hard because I'm a sweet tea kind of girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't been able to have my sweet tea, and I'm trying to get over this hump of the sweet. I don't have a huge sweet tooth, but I just wanted something sweet. You know, sometimes you want just like a little, usually I'll have a little piece of dark chocolate or whatever. So in replacement, I have found California figs, and oh my goodness, I love them. So I just pop one. I put a bowl of them on my counter. And whenever, or on the island, and so whenever I have that sweet tooth, I'll go to it and pop it in my mouth. In fact, the other day when I went to the movies, I hate to say it, I mean, they don't sell those, so I felt like it was okay for me to bring my own figs into the movie theater, since they don't sell them. It wasn't like I was bringing popcorn and soda. But I brought some figs in a little baggie in my purse, and I was like, okay. So we were eating popcorn, and then I'll eat a little bit of those California figs. So I'm loving those. They're California mission figs. So the mission part might be different than just regular figs. But anyway, so that's one of mine.
I can't imagine a fig being my go-to for a snack because it's not chocolate. But,
right.
You know, I could try it.
Yeah, yeah. If you had to, you know, if you needed something sweet, but you couldn't have sugar, a little, yeah, it's something, yeah. What about you? Do you have a favorite that you're?
You know, food doesn't come to mind, but something that popped into my head when you were asking me a favorite. For Christmas, well, let me tell a backstory. One of my daughters got a ticket because she was sitting at a red light and she picked up her phone just to look at the directions because she had used it to map where she was going. And when she left the red light, she got pulled over and given a ticket just for looking at the phone at the red light.
Oh, wow.
So for Christmas, I got two of my daughters these phone car mounts, which, you know, those are not a new thing. You see them when you take an Uber. It's like, you know, a little thing where the phone sits there. But I wanted something super simple that wasn't going to mess up the dashboard or be very, you know, clumsy. And I found these ones on Amazon where it's just a round disc that is a magnet and it clips to your air vent. And then you put a magnet on the back of your phone underneath phone case, you know, it can even be under the case of your phone on the back, and it's just a magnet. You just stick your phone on there, and that way it's hands-free. You can see it for whatever purpose you might want to see it, and it was so unobtrusive. It's not like this big contraption with an arm swinging out and all this craziness. So that ended up being, my daughter loves it, and I'm going to get one for myself because
I love that. I love that.
So,
I've had one and I don't like it, so I may have to look into the one you're suggesting.
And this one is like $8 on Amazon. So cheap.
Wow. You'll have to send me a link because I want to put in the show notes. That sounds like something I may need to buy now. Yeah.
Sure.
So my other one is I like hand sanitizer. Really, I just like to spray stuff on my hands that smell good. And that's really, I say it's a hand sanitizer, and it is, but I just like to spray, like, I love lotions and I like hand sanitizer. So I love this hand sanitizer I found at Trader Joe's. It's grapefruit and lemon hand sanitizer.
Grapefruit.
I love the smell of grapefruit.
I do.
So it comes in a little blue bottle with the spray, and I'm just really excited to have it. I keep it in my car whenever I, get done whatever doing and just kind of being out, and I spray it mostly because I like to smell. It smells so good.
Yeah. Love it.
So that's mine. And my other one, I might as well just tell you because the other one is a lotion. It's Dion, and then IS, goat's milk lavender blossom lotion.
Ooh,
and it smells
that smells
heavenly.
Yeah,
So
sounds
good.
Fancy.
Yeah, and I just love having lotion nearby. I have several everywhere, and little tubes of lotion really make me happy during the day. Like I said, I like to smell stuff, and so those are my two. Yeah, I love those.
Fun. Yeah, the other thing that I came up with is actually a book that I stumbled on for my grandson. So if you have any kids you need to get a gift for, or your own children if they're young, this book would work for. He's only 3.5 and he loves it, but it could easily be very engaging for kids even up, I would say, the age of 11 or 12. It really kind of the pictures and everything are really, it's really well illustrated, but the text of it really kind of transforms to whatever age is reading it. But it's kind of an early introduction to Christianity for children. It's called God's Very Good Idea. It's called God's Very Good Idea, a true story of God's delightfully different family. And I love it because it's really, the illustrations and even the way it describes things, it's very diverse, very inclusive, and it's just beautiful. It's such a cool book. And, it's not for everybody, obviously, but if you know a family who they, they are Christian and they like those kind of books for their kids, I have not seen a better one. It's so good.
Wow.
So yeah,
that sounds
it's
good.
on Amazon, and just
to check
loved
that out.
I had sent it to him, and then I was up in Denton visiting him recently and read it to him, and I almost kind of teared up toward the end. It was so good.
You know what book I love too, and as you're talking, I'm like, ooh, that might be a really good gift, because I've got friends that are adopting, friends that don't have a typical traditional family looking, and I think I'm always looking for really good books to give them, as baby gifts or whatever. So I'm gonna check that out. In fact, I'll put a link to that also in the show notes. But one book that I love, it's called Little Miss Spider by David Kirk, and it's so sweet. The spider is looking for its mom, and I can't give it away. You've got to. It's a great book for someone who has adopted a child, because it talks about a love between someone who isn't their mom or their birth mom. So I just love that book. But there's certain fun books that come across, and you want to make sure you're giving good reads and for their family. I just love this one. Yeah that's
perfect. Hey, and speaking of adoption, did you see that movie last year called Instant Family with Mark Wahlberg?
Yes.
I wanted to go out and foster all the children. That was the most amazing movie.
Yeah. It's
kind of a little sleeper. Like, most people haven't even
sweet.
It.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I'm surprised it didn't get more. It didn't get more publicity.
Heck, it flew under the radar, but I thought it was so special and so good.
And
Loved
I like Mark Wahlberg. So, it was a great movie. Mm-hmm. So, do you have one more?
Well, the last thing I was going to mention is kind of a dual. It's not so much a thing, but I just recently started working part-time for Shipt, S-H-I-P-T, Shipt.
I love
It's the company that delivers groceries.
Yeah.
And it's the funnest job. And it's so, like, you can work if you want or not work. You just sign up, get in on it, so you are a Shipt shopper. And then you just can kind of wait and take orders when you want to, or let them pass you on by and not work that day. But also, just as a consumer, as a customer of Shipt, a lot of people don't realize that that's out there, that you can get your groceries delivered. You actually order online through the app all the things you want that are at the particular store you're sending them to. So you're ordering very specific brands and items or whatever. And it seems, pretty, for people who just don't want to get out and mess with that, it's a great service.
Yeah.
So
don't you wish we had that when our kids were little?
Oh, I know. I mean, I don't know that I would use it all the time, but sometimes when the weather's bad or your kids are sick or you're sick, I mean, there's just so many instances where it's like, yeah, I would pay a little extra money to get this done. So
right, yeah.
I just gotta throw it out there. I've just been doing that for about 2 months, and it's a great kind of fun way to make a little extra money. It's like going on a scavenger hunt on a timer is kind of what it feels like.
Oh, really? On a timer? So that would freak me out. So that doesn't freak you out that it's a time.
They give you plenty of time, but when you accept an order, it has to be delivered in a certain window of time.
Gotcha.
But that window is an hour. So you've got a lot of wiggle room, but it's still just kind of fun to see just how quick and efficient you can get through the store and get all this list of things that they want. And so, yeah, it's actually been super fun. And also as a customer, I have not used it yet, but it seems like a really kind of handy thing. So, yeah, check it out.
I have a girlfriend who just recently told me that she uses Shipt, and we were talking about a certain store. And so we have all kinds of stores here. We've got Kroger, and we have Publix, and of course like Costco and Sam's. But we also have
more than I do.
But we also have Aldi.
Mm-hmm.
And so her Shipt had Aldi, and it even had a pet store.
Yeah.
So it had all that.
They've just partnered with CVS drugstore now. So yeah, they're kind of opening it up to some interesting other chains and types of stores too. Down here near Corpus Christi, as you well know, there's just not that many to offer. But I know, if you're in a more urban area, there's a lot to pick from.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of an interesting, handy thing to know about. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. Thank you so much, Donna, for coming on and talking about your favorites. And I'm going to look into that book for sure, and the car mount. And thanks for sharing those.
Yeah, this has been super fun, Corine. Thanks for having me on.